Hello everyone, again I am here with you all for the another part of the information education and communication. The today's part is with objectives and principles of health education. So topic for today, objectives of health education, principles of health education. First, let's see the objectives of health education. So there are mainly three objectives of health education: to inform people, to motivate people, to guide people. Remember the three things: you have to inform people, then you have to motivate them, and lastly you have to guide them. Let's see this one by one. Number one, to inform people about prevention of disease and promotion of health. So while giving the health education, we have to give all the information on the selected topic so that the population or the community can take all the necessary measures to prevent the respective disease, and also they can take the measures to promote their good health. Now the second point, to motivate people to change their habits and lifestyle which are harmful to their health, and also motivate people to adopt habits and ways of living conducive to health. So not only giving information, we have to also motivate them so that the harmful practices they can avoid and the good practices they can adopt. So now we have come to the last point, to guide the people who needed the help to adopt and maintain healthy practices and lifestyles by showing proper community resources. So again I am taking the example of COVID-19. So three objectives. The first one is to inform people. So we have to inform the people regarding all the necessary measures to prevent the COVID-19. Second point was to motivate people. So now to motivate people, we have to reinforce, or we have to support again and again. We have to give information again and again. We have to show them how they can prevent it. We have to inform them the advantages of hand washing, advantages of using mask, advantages of doing the social distancing. And lastly we have to guide them. How we can guide them? By showing them how to do the proper techniques of hand washing, how to remove the mask, how to wear the mask, and how to avoid crowd. So like that we can fulfill the three objectives of our health education. Now we have moved on to the principles of health education. So let's see what are the principles. So we are starting from the top and going to the clockwise pattern. So first is credibility, next interest, participation, motivation, comprehension, known to unknown, feedback, setting an example, reinforcement, learning by doing, good human relation, leaders. So let's see one by one principle. Credibility, in a simple way, trustworthy. So it is the degree to which the message to be communicated is perceived as trustworthy by the receiver. So when you are going to give the health education, the people must trust you. The people must trust your information. Then only they will accept the information. So it is very, very important that they have to have a belief on you. So this is the first principle of giving health education. So always give a correct information. Don't just make fool of the people by giving wrong or faulty information. Second is interest. The health teaching should relate to the interest or felt need of the people. So of course we are listening to those things where we have interest. So like that, while giving health education, if the topic you are choosing is for their benefit, for their interest, then only the people of the community will listen, otherwise no. Suppose you are going to give a health education on personal hygiene. So if you show them the importance or the requirement, or you can say the ill effect of not maintaining personal hygiene, so then they may have certain interest. Or suppose some of the area where the people are taking water and drinking directly from the river or pond, if in that areas you are giving education on water sanitation, then they may have some interest. Or suppose somewhere the malaria prone area and you are going to give the health education on prevention of malaria, then they may have some interest and they may have the interest to listen to health education. Next is participation, encouraging the people to work actively with the health workers in identifying their own health problems and also in developing solutions and plans to work them out. So participation is very important principles of health education. So health education should not be only one way process that healthcare providers are giving and the community is listening, but it is the process where community participation is very important. The people of the community must come out to listen to the healthcare provider and also to help the healthcare provider to find out the solutions of the problems prevailing in the community. So if the community members are involved, then our health education will be much more effective. We can plan out some group meetings, we can call for the community leaders like Gaubura or like teachers and all, and we can involve them in the health education program. Next is motivation. In every person there is a fundamental desire to learn. Awakening this desire is called motivation. So always we must have the motivation, and while giving health education also the people also must have the motivation or motive to take your advices regarding the health related matters. Comprehension. So in health education one must know the level of understanding, education and literacy of people to whom teaching is directed. So always health education should be according to their level of understanding, not the health educator's level of understanding. So very important that before giving the health education, the health educator must be aware of the level of understanding of the people or the community to whom you are going to give the health education. So suppose you are going to give a health education to the school students, then your way will be different. Whereas if you are going to give a health educations to the school teachers, your way will be different. So accordingly you have to plan your health education. Next is known to unknown, very familiar term. One must proceed from known to unknown, simple to complex to difficult. So health education should start from the known thing then to the unknown thing. If you are directly going to something unknown thing, then they may be feeling afraid or may feel bored and they may not be listening next part of your health education. So better to start from the simple thing, easy thing, or maybe the they know. Like for example, you can ask them, suppose a child is having diarrhea, what you are going to give the child? Somebody may say liquid or somebody may say fluid. Then on the basis of that you can talk about the ORS. Okay. Next is feedback. For effective communication, feedback is of paramount importance. We all know to complete the communication process there has to be feedback from the receiver. So like that the feedback should come from the group of people to whom you are going to give the health education. So you can ask some questions or you can ask them to redemonstrate some of the things. Suppose you are going to give a health education on prevention of diarrhea and ORS preparation, then after ending of your health education you can call 1-2 members from the group and you can ask them to prepare the ORS in front of everyone, and also they may ask some questions also to you or they may reply to your questions also. So feedback is very important. Next is setting an example. So the health educator should set a good example in the thing he or she is teaching. So it is very important. So when you are teaching something, it is very important you also must follow those things. Suppose you are going to teach about hand hygiene or hand washing and you are having a very long nails, you are wearing bangles, you are wearing the different rings in your fingers, so that will not be a good example. So when you are going to give the health education, you must play the role model or set as an example. Next, reinforcement. So few people can learn all that is new in a single period. Repetition at intervals is necessary. That means very few people can learn at one time. There are very less people are there where One time you have educated and they will learn forever. Whereas most of the cases they need repeated instruction. So health education also should be repeatedly given. Otherwise they will not be able to remember it or not be able to follow it. Learning by doing, another very important principle. I think you all have heard the proverb, if I hear, I forget. If I see, I remember. If I do, I know. This Chinese proverb illustrates the importance of learning by doing. So, always, whenever you are doing the health education, if you are doing certain demonstration, then you also the people of the group to do along with you all. Like suppose you are going to demonstrate on hand washing, ask them to do along with you the different steps of hand washing, and when they will do it by themselves, they will remember it. Next is good human relation. Sharing of information, ideas and feelings happen most easily between people who have a good relationship. So it is very common. We tend to listen to those people where we have a good feelings or positive feeling. If we don't have a good feeling, then we don't want to listen to those people. And those things can happen to health education also. So being a healthcare provider, you must have a good relationship to all the community people. And if you are having a good relationship, then they will listen to you. Whereas if the relationship is not good, they will not come to listen to your health education. And finally, leaders. It has been seen that people learn best from people whom they respect and regard. So leaders must involve in the community health education programs. Usually people respect the leader and they follow the leaders. So it is very important that leaders should come together with the health team members and they take part in the health education program. So the leaders may be some influential people of the community, maybe if it's a Gaobura, or maybe some school teachers or any other respected persons who can contact the healthcare team members, and ultimately they can give the correct way of doing the things to maintain the good health. So here we have come to the end of the principles of health education. And again we are moving for the assignment. So assignment is, what are the principles of health education? A very easy assignment. Hope you will be able to do it. So we have come to the end of this video. So thank you very much.